school as a school social system. Do you think it is important? Can you give me some examples? Hello, Filipinas! Are you ready to dive into our intriguing topic?
Let's explore the fascinating world of school as a social system on Ali.
So good day, Ali!
Good morning, pals. How are you today? And speaking of morning, ano yung kinain mo kanina ng bata?
Ang kinain ko lang naman kanina ay hotdog at saka itlog. And I'm doing great, Binibining Ali. How about you?
Same as you, pals. I am doing well.
Well, as we explore in our new discussion for today, I will give you the floor to Miss Ali to introduce our guest for this segment.
Thank you, pals. Now, for this morning, we invited 10 aspiring teachers who will be joining us today. Starting with Miss Alfea, Miss Jera, Miss Trisha, Mrs. Eileen, and Miss Lovely.
We also have Miss Marielle, Miss Angelica, Miss Jenny, Miss Juliana, and Miss Aubrey. So thank you, Miss Ali. So now, ladies, buckle up and get ready for an intellectual adventure as we explore the captivating intersection of the radicals
And Ali.
and the thought-provoking concept of school as a social system. Now, I will do the first talk. The school is one of the formal agencies of socialization. It has acquired importance because of its sociological changes and influences. The school is a formal agency of education which imparts the maximum knowledge, skills, and attitudes of the subject required for necessary living of a useful and successful life. Social systems theory has been a sound perspective to explain the function of school. Now, let's move forward to the social systems theory. So Ali, do you know what is social system theory?
Parang hindi pa yan familiar sa akin. What is it all about?
Well, I will explain it to you what is social system theory. So system theory, also called social system theory in social science, it is the study of society as a complex arrangement of elements, including individuals and their beliefs as they relate to a whole. System theory is an interdisciplinary study of systems as they relate to one another within a larger, more complex system. Now, my partner Ali and everyone, I have already dropped our main discussion for today. To continue, Miss Ali will give also her talk for you to know what really is the school as a social system as she go deeper into the world of social system. I will give you the floor to Miss Ali.
Okay, so may I ask Ms. Bator, the school is a system of social interaction. Right? According to Waller 1932, it is an organized, compromising, interacting personalities bound together to produce an organic relationship. Hindi naman siya masasabing school kung walang social interaction. Social system refers to activities and interaction of groups consisting of members that are brought together for a common purpose. Like friends, we have a common purpose to graduate this school. Great example of that is a classroom, right? Miss Bator? Right. So may I ask Miss Juliana, curious na curious ako, ano ba yung basic assumptions of social system?
So there are basic assumptions for social system models. So let us know first the assumption. Assumption is that fact or statement that is taken for granted. So first assumption is social systems are open systems. Second is social systems consist of interdependent parts, characteristics, and activities that contribute to and receive from the whole. Third is social systems are people. Fourth, social systems are goal-oriented. Fifth, social systems are structural. Sixth, social systems are normative. Seven, social systems are sanction-bearing. Eight, social systems are political. Nine, social systems have distinctive cultures. And the tenth one is social systems are conceptual and relative. And lastly, all formal organizations are social systems, but all social systems are not formal organizations.
So, ang dami pa lang basic assumptions ng social system models. Ngayon, ang tanong ko naman, ano yung purpose ng assumptions na ito?
These assumptions basically provide a set of beliefs or ideas about how social systems work. They help us understand that social systems are interconnected, made up of people, have goals, rules, norms, politics, cultures, and can vary in formality.
Very well said, Ms. Juliana Arnaldo. Thank you for that. So, Ms. Trisha, I have a question for you. What are the key components that defines the structure of a school as a social system?
The structure of a school as a social system is defined by key components such as rules and hierarchies, norms and values, communication and channels, social networks, organizational culture, roles and policies, the physical environment and power dynamics. These elements collectively establish the framework within which the school operates, guiding behaviors, interactions, and the overall functioning of the institution.
How does communication contribute to the functioning of a school as a social system structure?
Communication is essential for the functioning of a school as a social system, acting as a foundation for information flow, engagement, and community building. It ensures and directives, norms, and values are effectively conveyed and understood across all levels of the school hierarchy. Through formal and informal channels, communication facilitates collaboration, feedback, and the resolution of conflicts. Reinforcing roles and policies, it plays a key role in maintaining the school's culture, supporting its objectives, and allowing for adaptability to new challenges. Essentially, communication binds the school's social structure, enabling smooth operations and fostering a sense of shared purpose among all members.
Thank you so much for your insightful ideas, Ms. Trisha. And now may I ask Ms. Jera, what is the role of individuals in the school as a social system?
Individuals are crucial in a school's social system. Students bring diversity and talent. Teachers inspire. Administrators provide leadership. Staff support operations. And parents are partners in education.
Why is it important to recognize and consider the individuality of each person within the school as a key element of the social system?
Recognizing and valuing the individuality of each person is crucial for a well-functioning school social system. Embracing the unique characteristics, experiences, and perspectives that individuals bring fosters a diverse and inclusive community. By promoting a sense of belonging and cultivating individual talents and strengths, schools empower students and staff to reach their full potential. This creates a supportive and empowering environment that benefits the entire school community.
So thank you for that very knowledgeable answer, Ms. Jera. And now let's move forward to another key elements of social system. So may I call on Ms. Altea? So here's my question for you. What is culture in the social system of schools?
Culture in schools refers to the shared beliefs, values, norms, tradition, languages, and behaviors among students, educators, and staff. It shapes interaction, relationship, influencing communication, collaboration, and learning. It impacts attitude, behaviors, and experience within the educational community.
Why is culture important in the social system of school?
Culture is important in social system of school because it fosters a sense of belonging, promotes respect and understanding, enhances learning, prepares students for a global society, and reduces stereotypes and bias. Embracing cultural diversity creates inclusive environment where students thrive and develop essential skills for success in a diverse world.
Thank you so much for your answers, Ms. Almeida. Now, I have a question for Mrs. Eileen. When we talk about politics in schools, we're not referring to official elections or appointed positions. It's about those informal power relations that naturally emerge. Mrs. Eileen, could you tell us more about this?
Absolutely, Ali. When we speak of politics in schools, ito ay mga sitwasyon kung saan ang impluwensya o kapangyarihan ng isang tao ay nangyayari na hindi tuwirang tinakda sa mga tuntunin o patakaran. Ito ay lumalabas ng natural o hindi formal na paraan. May mga tao sa isang komunidad ng paaralan na hindi man opisyal na halal o itinalaga sa isang posisyon, ngunit sa kanilang pag-uugali at mga gawain ay nakaka-impluwensya sila sa iba. Ito ay nangangahulugan na ang kanilang kapangyarihan ay nanggagaling sa kanilang kakayahan na magbubyo, mauna, o magbigay ng halimbawa sa kanilang mga kapwa kahit wala silang opisyal na posisyon.
Interesting. Can you provide some examples of these informal power relations?
Certainly. Imagine certain groups of students who may not have official titles, yet their influence is felt throughout the student body. This might dictate what's popular, how events are organized, or even how students behave. This kind of influence is organic and often goes unnoticed. Another example is, even within a class, there are students who naturally step into leadership roles even if they are not officially appointed. Others might look up to them for guidance or follow their lead in terms of behavior and decision making.
The question now is, how can schools ensure that these informal power dynamics don't lead to exclusion or inequality?
That's a crucial question. Schools need to be proactive in fostering inclusivity and equity. This means promoting diversity of thought, encouraging all students to have a voice, and making decisions with input from everyone.
Absolutely. It's about fostering an environment where every student feels heard and valued. Thank you, Mrs. Eileen, for shedding light on this important aspect of school life.
So let's proceed to Miss Angelica. So Miss Angelica, here's my question for you. What is technical core in learning?
The core of a school as a social system is essentially the focal point where the teaching-learning process unfolds. It represents the central and indispensable elements that defines the institution's primary purpose and extensions. In this context, the core encapsulates the education's interactions, methodologies, and structures that facilitate knowledge transfer and skill development within the school environment.
Can you give me some examples?
The examples of the core in a school encompass a range of interconnected elements integral to the teaching-learning process. These include classroom instruction, where teachers impart knowledge. First, curriculum development, shaping the educational content. Second, student-teaching interactions, fostering understanding and assessment ongoing student progress. Additionally, the core extends the extracurricular activities, educational policies, and administrative functions that collectively contribute to the dynamic social system with the school, shaping the overall education experience for
Thank you so much for your knowledgeable ideas, Ms. Angelica. And now may I ask Ms. Mariel, what is the environment and the elements of a school as a social system?
Thank you, Ms. Ali. So the environment refers to the broader social, cultural, and physical context in which the school operates. This includes both internal and external environment. So what is internal environment? These are the physical facilities, organizational structure, and culture. So what is physical facilities? It refers to the school buildings, outdoor space, support facilities, technology infrastructure, safety and security features. The second one is the organizational structure. So what is that? It refers to the arrangement of rules, responsibility, and relationship that defines how school operates and functions. And then the second environmental is external environmental, or the social norms, economic condition, and community dynamics. So first we have the societal norms. So what is that? It refers to the behavioral expectation, values, and standards that are derived from wider societal conventions and are upheld with the social environment. Then the second one is we have economic conditions. It is the economic condition in school to the financial resources, funding resource, budgetary constraints, and socio-economic factors that impact the operation and functioning of educational institution. And then the last one is we have the community dynamics. In school, it is to emphasize collaboration, engagement, and mutual support among students, facilities, educators, and community members.
Wow, that's a very long explanation, Ms. Mariel. Ngayon naman, yung pangalawang tanong ko, sa tingin mo, Ms. Mariel, bakit kailangan na maayos ang environment ng isang paaralan?
So kinakailangan na maayos na kapaligiran sa isang paaralan ay ito ay mahalaga upang mabigyan ng magandang karanasan sa edukasyon ng mga mag-aaral, maging ligtas ang lahat ng mga sangkot at mapalakas ang ekonomiyang kalagayan at kredibilidad ng paaralan sa komunidad. So, halimbawa na lang sa atin dito sa paaralan, no? Dito sa CPO, Consolacion. Di ba, hindi ko naman sinabi na hindi maganda ang environment, but masasabi natin na kulang tayo sa facilities. Di ba, kailangan dapat sa maganda yung environment para epektibo yung pagtuturo ng mga guro at epektibo din yung learnings ng mga students. Pero dahil nga nasa gym tayo, dahil nasa gym kadalasan yung discussion kasi kulang yung room, kaya masasabi ko na hindi masyadong maganda yung environment, no? Dahil kulang sa room. Kaya kailangan talaga na ang isang paaralan ay yung perfect yung environment, lalo-lalo na sa facilities.
Maraming salamat, Ms. Mariel. At uwag-uwag talaga yung tanong.
And now, let's proceed to my favorite and most witty among all, Miss Jenny Guapa. So here's my question for you, Miss Jenny Guapa. In the key elements of school as a social system, can you tell us about the outputs?
So output of school as a social system, it refers to tangible and intangible products. It's generous through its process. So when we say tangible, it is educated students who graduate with diploma or certificates. So while intangible, it is the development of critical thinking skills, improved communication ability, and enhanced social and emotional learning, and fostering the responsibility of citizens.
Okay, do you think it is important?
Yes, it is. So output are crucial in evaluating the effectiveness of school system. They provide vital information regarding whether the system is achieving its intended goals of educating and preparing students for further education, the workforce, or life in general. By analyzing outputs, stakeholders can identify areas for improvement and adjust the system inputs, process, and structure to optimize student success.
Very well said, Miss Jenny Guapa. Thank you for that.
Now, my question for Ms. Loveling. What is feedback loop in the elements of school as a social system?
In a social system, the triggering mechanism is the feedback loop. This ensures that a portion of the school's behavior and the
internal and external environment reactions to that behavior are filtered back into the system as input. Each feedback loop has a minimum of 4 stages. During the first stage, input is created. During the second stage, input is captured and stored. During the third stage, input is analyzed. And also during the fourth stage, the insight gained from analysis is used to make decisions. That's kind of feedback loop in the learning process. Feedback loop comes in 2 types, the positive and negative. The negative feedback loops are known for being stable but not especially accurate. The negative feedback loops are self-regulating and useful for and maintaining an optimal state within specific boundaries. In contrast, positive feedback loops simply repeat actions that have been effective in the past. The intention of a positive feedback loop is to amplify a desired variable and naturally move the system away from its starting state to a desired state.
Why is feedback loop important in education?
Feedback loop is important in education because it helps students identify their goals, evaluate and synthesize ideas, discuss their work constructively, and take charge of their own learning. Students who have good, open communication with their teachers improve their metacognitive skills with developing their communication abilities.
Thank you so much, Ms. McLean, for giving your wonderful ideas about the feedback loop. So, parang napuno mo talaga yung utak mo yun. Di ba, Kaus? Ikaw rin. So, we have only last one.
Yes.
Aspiring teacher.
Definitely, Miss Aubrey. Okay, the last but definitely not the least is Miss Aubrey. So here's my question for you. What are the effectiveness of the school as a social system?
So first things first, let me define the effectiveness. Effectiveness as a school social system refers to how well the school functions in terms of its social interactions, relationships, and overall environment. It involves creating a positive and supportive atmosphere where students, teachers, and staff can thrive academically, emotionally, and socially. This includes factors such as effective communication, positive relationships among students and staff, a sense of belonging and inclusion, and the ability to address issues like bullying or conflict in a constructive manner. Ultimately, an effective school social system contributes to the overall well-being and success of everyone within the school community.
Can you differentiate the internal and external effectiveness?
So, internal aspects of a school social system, these are things happening within the school itself, such as student interactions, teacher-student relationships, school policies, and the overall school culture. While external aspects of the school social system are the factors outside of the school that still impact its social environment, like community influences, family dynamics, societal norms, and cultural expectations.
Thank you so much for your wonderful answer, Ms. Aubrey. And that concludes our discussion for today, the school social system. We would like to extend our gratitude for all of you here who attended our workshop.
And yes, thank you for that, Ali. It is indeed a very productive day and a very healthy conversation. So, Miss Ali.
Would you please stand? See you next Sunday for our next episode. Only in the